Hello everybody, John12 back here again with another video, and I'm here to give you another top 5. It's that time of the week again, so let's get right down into it. Last week I gave you a top 5 regarding Arrow. If you have not checked it out, please go check it out. I'll have a link or, card or annotation somewhere in this video so you can go check out that video. But seeing as how this week is the premiere for Flash Season 2 and Arrow Season 4, I decided to do another top 5 regarding these premieres, but for The Flash this time. And of course, this top 5 is dedicated to the many speedsters and members of the Flash family. Now, Flash Season 2 is something I'm very hyped for. I loved Season 1. If you've not checked it out, definitely do so. You're doing yourself a disservice. I'm just saying, the hype is real. A lot of things are like, oh, is the hype real? No, but with the show, it is. The show is fucking awesome. It's hands down the best comic book superhero TV show out right now. Just go buy it on Blu-ray. It's out right now. Binge watch it, and get ready for Season 2, which premieres this Tuesday. So, with all that being said and done, Season 2, from what we've gathered from the teasers and the trailers and the multiple TV spots and, the way the creators and writers continue to promote the show, Season 2 is heavily influenced with the idea that now that there's multiverse and Earth 2 and Earth whatever the hell and multiple speedsters are starting to become a part of the Flash and Arrow canon, like Garrick, Zoom, Wally West, possible appearances by Bart Allen and Jesse Quick, and, just various quick characters like that. And because of that awesome idea and plot device, I thought it would be interesting just to dedicate a top 5 to my personal favorite and who I consider to be the best Flash member speedsters. The speedsters that are associated or a part of the Flash family, and of course are a part of the DC universe. Now, with that being said and done, before I get started with the actual list, I need to make sure that everyone who's listening keep in mind that this is objective opinion. It's my personal thoughts, my personal list. So of course, if there's any characters that may or may not be on the list that you consider to be the best Flash family member, speedsters, then please comment below. Let me know what your personal list is of your top 5 Flash family speedsters. Without that being said and done, let's get into this list. Coming up number 5 has to go to Jesse Chambers, aka Jesse Quick, aka Liberty Bell, aka The Flash, aka God knows what else. For me personally, I'm a huge fan of Jesse Chambers. I always liked her character. She's one of those characters that has been used to the fullest as many other kind of speedsters, and specifically members of the Flash family. However, I always liked her character. I always thought she was really interesting. I really thought it was kind of cool how her character continued to just have major developments and how realistic her character was, and the fact that she's, at least for me, my favorite female speedster. And with that being said, it's really cool to see her legacy. She's a legacy-esque kind of character in terms of, like, she comes from a family of superheroes. She becomes, all these various awesome, she takes the mantle of multiple characters. She even takes the mantle of the Flash at a certain point in time. She has, she's super fast. She can tap into the Speed Force, all this awesome stuff. And her character goes through a major development where it's really cool, spoilers, but she goes through this really cool development where she starts to lose her powers and has to consider the fact that maybe continuing a life of superhero-dom is probably not the best, and it's possibly better just to live a normal life outside of being a superhero. And it's really cool to see that kind of develop, and her character is just really awesome overall. With that being said, moving off of that, going to number 4 on this list has to go to Bart Allen. Bart Allen is the grandson of Barry and Iris Allen. Of course, Bart Allen is also well known for being Kid Flash for Wally, and of course, taking on his own persona as Impulse. He's an amazing speedster. He works for, the Teen Titans and Justice League on occasion. He's an awesome character that Jeff Johns and various people just love to write for. And the Flash family is very good on having characters take the mantle of Flash, but making them important. There's a lot of characters that take the mantle of the Flash persona, but don't really live up to the hype. Bart Allen is one of those characters that can live up to it. He's very awesome. Hell, even he was one of the main versions of the Flash for Smallville. He had a major appearance on Smallville and was the main Flash for that. And of course, spun out into Impulse and various other places. So Yeah, Bar Allen is pretty badass and cool, although he may not be my favorite character to take on the persona of the Flash. However, he definitely kills it whenever he does. But regardless of any of that, moving off of that, going to number 3 on the list has to go to Jay Garrick. Jay Garrick, awesome character. Of course, he's the original Golden Age version of the Flash. The Flash was created by Jay Garrick, his persona. Of course, I really always liked his design as well. He always had a very standard, kind of simplistic costume, but I also liked how his metal helmet was based off the Greek deity Hermes. It's always cool to just look at that, where, like, back in the day, in the Golden Age, these superhero comic book characters, especially for the DC Universe, are very influenced by Greek mythology, and Jay Garrick is a clear example of that. But overall, Jay Garrick has lived multiple universes, have lived multiple lives, has consistently been a superhero and staple in the DC Universe, regardless of who else takes the mantle from him, whether it be Barry, Wally, Bart, or whoever. He just continues to stay consistent, and he has continued to live on even past his expiration date from the Golden Age transitioning to the Silver Age. And I always just liked Jay Garrick. I always thought he was a really cool, badass dude, and the fact that they're bringing him in for Flash Season 2, I say kudos. But moving off of that, going to the top 2 on this list, coming up in number 2 was very difficult for me because, for a large matter of reasons, the top 2 spot, the character that goes for the top 2 spot, I personally think is a little bit, I don't know, my personal fave, but overall, there is no disrupting the idea that he is still badass in his own right, and that, of course, is Wally West. Wally West, of course, is the Kid Flash slash, took the mantle of the Flash proper when, of course, Barry died, and has always been consistently amazing character to read, and, oh my god, I mean, like, Wally West was the Flash when I was getting into comic books, and he was the main reason as to why I loved the Justice League animated series, because he was so fun and awesome to read, and he was so awesome to watch. And that was the cool thing about Wally, is that Barry and Jay and, you know, characters that were the Flash prior to Wally, is that they were very serious and stern, and they were very stoic kind of characters, and they really resembled what being a very serious DC superhero is, kind of what the meaning is. But Wally really changed that aspect, where he was like, it's okay to be goofy and fun and entertaining, and it's like, it's okay to just, like, he's a freak of nature, he's a super powered speedster, but he still has fun, and he's still very entertaining, and he still has very complex, dramatic comic book storylines, and that's the real cool thing about the character of Wally West that I always appreciated. But moving off of that, and before I get to my number 1 pick, let's put out some honorable mentions that may or may not have gotten on this list that I still feel are really awesome speedsters in the DC Universe, and of course are awesome members of the Flash family. Of course, Johnny Quick, Cobalt Blue, Max Mercury, John Fox, Sayla Allen, Blaine Allen, and of course Iris West, not to be confused with Barry's wife, but I mean Wally West's daughter, who takes the persona of Kid Flash and Impulse for a certain amount of time. Awesome, real cool character. And of course, I would throw in, hell, even Black Flash. I mean, I know, granted, Black Flash is not technically a member of the Flash family, but he's just an awesome speedster. And plus, he's Death. He's the character Death for the Speedsters of the Speed Force. I mean, like, he kills characters of the Speed Force. I'm just saying, like, how cool would it be to see Black Flash on the CW Flash series? I'm just saying, I know they're probably not going to use him in Season 2, but if Season 3 they bring in Black Flash as, like, the main baddie, I would love that. I'm just saying, like, the Black Flash is just super ultra badass looking, and he's so quick, and he just kills the Speed Force. He just taps into it. He is Death of the Speed Force. It's just a badass character. But moving off of that, of the honorable mentions, and getting to my number 1 pick, it has to go down to Barry Allen. Barry Allen is the reason that a lot of us are really big fans of Flash. When you think of the Flash, kind of similar to how when you think of Superman or Batman, you think Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent. And when it comes to the Flash, you think the same thing. The number 1 name besides Jay Garrick or Wally West, and maybe the occasional Bart Allen, is Barry Allen. He is the definitive Flash for all ages and for all comic book readers. He is just a very stoic, stern, very serious, fun, loving character. He was, of course, he took over the Flash mantle post Golden Age, going into the Silver Age of comic books, and he was really the dawn. His character, along with Hal Jordan's Green Lantern character, was really the dawn of the Silver Age for DC, and created just a really nice cosmic kind of futuristic superhero storytelling that we didn't really get with the Golden Age of DC. And of course, he still had, even though he was kind of serious, and he still had very complex and awesome badass storylines and awesome villains and just very interesting badass storylines and story arcs that developed over time. And the real cool thing that I always liked and appreciated from Barry is the fact that he was very sacrificial, is that he was the first real Flash that I at least read where he sacrificed himself for the greater good of the entire DC universe. And I'm not just saying for like a universe or like two universes. No, the entire multiverse, multiple times. And the Flash, because of the Flash's capability of tampering into the Speed Force, that happens from time to time. And he was the first that I really saw do that, where he sacrificed himself for the greater good of the DC universe. And of course is the main reason as to how or why the DC universe and continuity majority of the time changes. But overall, Barry Allen, pretty badass character, and one of my personal favorite, and I consider to be the best, Speedster / Flash family member. But that being said, let me know what your personal thoughts are in the comment section below. What is your top 5 Flash family Speedsters? That's a real big mouthful, I know. I'm actually having a hard time saying it myself, but regardless of that, let me know in the comment section below, and let me know your personal thoughts on the Flash Season 2. Are you psyched to see Season 2 premiere tomorrow on Tuesday? I know I can. Overall, quick update for the Flash. Unfortunately, like I did for Season 1, Flash Season 2 episode reviews will come out on Wednesday, and if not Wednesday, the latest is Thursday. I know that sounds kind of messed up. I'm more pissed off about it, but because I don't have the time and to really review Tuesday nights, it's just going to be difficult. So more than likely, Flash reviews will be coming out on on Wednesdays rather, and if not on Wednesdays, then Thursdays. So keep that in mind, but overall, let me know what you personally think in the comment section below, and of course, I'll be back for more top 5s dedicated to the Flash and Green Arrow as these 2 seasons go on, and of course, just let me know your personal thoughts and your personal list in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jonch12, subscribe to my channel if you've not done so already, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and this has been Jonch12.